What's up, everyone? My name's Solars Prime, and today we are checking out some awesome Takara figures. But before we get into that, I wanted to thank my members. So thank you all for being awesome. If you want to help support the channel, hit the join button down below. But if you aren't able to do that, just hitting the like button or the subscribe button helps out enough. And let me know what you think of the video down in the comments. But if this video gets 350 likes, that's right, 350, that's a big number, but I know you guys can do it. I'll buy this Lego Bruticus. It looks pretty cool, so let's do it. That being said, stick around to the end if you want to see some awesome, super rare figures. But let's start out with our first Takara figure. So coming in at number 5, we got animated Redgar. Now, Redgar is one of my favorite animated characters, specifically because of his personality. Now, if you have watched the animated TV show, you know that he was hit by one of the Allspark fragments, and that's what brought him to life. His character was super interesting to watch for me, and so getting this actual figure of him is a dream come true. Now, looking at this figure, it's not super easy to tell what Takara changed until you flip him around to that massive backpack. Now, I will say that despite his backpack being massive, it does help that Takara gave him a nice silver paint job. I absolutely love how this looks. I think they knocked it out of the park there. I will say Takara's proven that they can do even better repaints with other animated figures, but with this one, I do think that they could have done maybe a little more metallic here and there, but outside of that, the paint job is super clean and slick as per usual. Now, the figure itself has a great looking sculpt. Looks like a direct rip out from the animated cartoon, which is definitely in line with the rest of the animated figures. Don't worry, that animated video is coming soon. But the figure looks great, specifically that head sculpt. So much character, so much energy in that head sculpt, absolutely adore it. Now, in terms of accessories, he comes with these two little axes here that can come out of the back of the garbage bin, which I think is such a cool feature. Weapon storage seriously does not work the same these days. I sound like an unk, but I'm telling you guys, y'all know, those who know. Now, this guy's a pretty big size. He's in that upper tier of Voyager size, so definitely has some cool features there. Now, in terms of articulation, it's an animated figure, so your expectations shouldn't be very high. That's not where the enjoyability is with these figures, but I will say that you can get them into some cool poses, but again, that massive backpack gets in the way. Now, his transformation is actually very, very simple, so I'm going to show it to you. So the transformation on Weird Al is a lot of fun. So the first step, of course, is to fold up the hands. I think it's so cool that he has opening and closing hands, by the way. And I also forgot to mention that I absolutely love the fact that they picked out all these details. I actually used to have the original. I don't remember if they picked that out, but I think that the silver paint complements all the other painted details so well. But the first step is to unhinge the backpack. Lots of junk in the trunk, literally speaking. It's a garbage truck, so it's a lot of garbage. You flip the wheels out in this cavity here, one at a time. You can't do both at the same time because of clearance. Then flip the heels in, and then flip the toes in like that, and swivel them around like so. It gets very heavy. You want to rotate the head around and fold it into place like that. Then with the arms, you're gonna fold them out like he's T-posing. Man, it's been so long since I said the words T-pose. But you want to rotate it so that this flat side is facing forwards like that, and then fold them in. They're a little tight sometimes. I don't know why it's so tight, but yeah, you just fold it in like that. Make sure they're nice and flush. Then you want to hinge this piece back, as this whole assembly is just gonna collapse on top. You wanna make sure the hip skirts are folded in, and you're just gonna tab everything together like that. And if they haven't done so already, these tabs are gonna go into those slots, or vice versa. So just sort of plug it in. I don't know if I got it on that. There we go. Now it's in like that. That'll secure that. But once you get that tabbed in, You fold these down, and there you go. I love this so much. And taking a look at the alt mode, I absolutely love it. It personifies Redgar so much. I feel like him turning into a trash truck. Trash truck? What? A garbage truck is so perfect. I love the little... What are those? The forklifts, I guess? The forklifts, I think those are great. Absolutely love those. And for such a simple transformation to get into this amazing looking alt mode, you really have to appreciate it for what it is. So overall, I think Redgar is awesome. Next up is War of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. I love this metallic blue, but we're going to talk about that in a second because, yes, he is missing some pieces on the back of his arms. It was $15. That's fair game. And it's a Takara figure, so I figured might as well just throw it in the review, right? So taking a look at this figure, I really like that metallic blue, as previously mentioned. But I will say that I don't love how it contrasts with the rest of the colors, but shiny thing good. You know how it is. Overall, the sculpting and everything just looks really good on Magnus. He looks pretty accurate to what he should look like. Just overall a lot shinier, and I definitely prefer this deco over the US release. Articulation's pretty solid on this figure. You got some ankle tilts, some waist swivels, wrist swivels, and he comes with really cool accessories, such as the sword or his gun. I think both of these are great complementary accessories to Magnus being a esteemed soldier. Now, with those accessories, we can use Magnus's articulation to get him into some awesome poses. This guy looks very dynamic and very awesome. Absolutely love it. And for size comparison, yeah, it's a deluxe class, so he's not very big. Actually kind of puny if you think about it, but he looks okay on my War for Cybertron shelf, so I can't complain. Now, the transformation's fun, it's quick, it's simple, whatever you want to call it, and it gets you into the largest still incomplete. Shut up. I still think the alt mode looks great. I've had this mold before, those who know. It's an overall just solid figure. Not much to say. The next figure I wanted to talk about was the Takara Ratbat, who I actually had the inspiration of getting this because a friend of the channel, Random, go subscribe. That's free marketing, I expect payment too. But the figure is really great. I'm so glad I bought it. It was $70. Please help. Despite the fact that it was $70, wait a second. How much was it? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, it was $85. Okay, well, it was $85. Help. We'll forget about the price because this hobby is expensive enough and you all understand my pain. Anyways, I think this mold really shines with this deco. The new head sculpt also looks fantastic, really comic accurate, and just looks awesome. I love the way that the guns look. I think it's cool how you can clip on the little double barrel gun onto the I love the way that you can both plug the little gun onto the big gun and use the little gun on its own. That's cool. Posability on this figure's okay. I mean, it's a Generations figure, so you're not expecting much, but he does have a few modern bits of articulation that we would come to expect from a brand new figure. The figure's also a solid size. I mean, it's not super accurate in terms of scale, but I still think he looks pretty great, and of course, he's gonna look good on the shelf because, that black, that gold, the accents just look fantastic. Now, transforming this guy is a blast, but one thing that I have to mention is that weapon storage, because this is a recurring theme in this video, but that weapon storage just rocks. I love that it's just fitted for the guns. Where else have you guys seen that? I don't know, and it's just a secret compartment for the guns. That's awesome. And the Bomber alt mode is one of the cleanest alt modes that I've ever seen. It's so well done, and it makes modern jet formers look awful. But he does have some flip out landing gear that you can use, and you can peg in the gun on the bottom, and it just looks really good. I love this thing. I think you should get the mold. It's pretty great. Obviously, I'm not telling you to spend $85 like me, but hey, there you go. Now for our next Takara figure, we're talking about Takara Straxus, also known as Dark Amount back in the US. But I love this figure so much that I bought two. But I actually got this figure at TFCon for like 10 to 15 bucks. For how long was that ago? It was already 2 months ago? We're doomed. The painting and the sculpting on this figure just looks awesome sauce. There's no other way to really put it because they cooked. See what I did there? Like the sauce and like cooking. Yeah, you get it. The metallic blue looks crisp. It looks gorgeous. And it honestly rivals the new one that Hasbro put out. Although I do want that one too. The golds, the reds, the grays just look premium and amazing. and I will say that the QC on mine isn't great, but the one on my second copy, which is Skull... What's his name? Skullgrin, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, it just came back to me. Skullgrin, love that. The tolerances on Skullgrin are so much better. He comes with a massive... Okay, I'm done. He comes with a very large axe that is a pickaxe. Is he Transformer Steve? Who knows? But he's really cool, and the axe complements that look so well. And that weapon storage that we'll get into is even better. But the other weapons that he has, like these missiles, or this machine gun, or whatever the heck this thing is, I don't know. It works. They're great, and they use the little clip method that 2010s did back in the day. I don't know why. This guy's actually a really large deluxe too. He's coming in at needle nose height, and I really love how big he is, because if you have him as your deluxe scale Straxus, he just works. Now again, that Hasbro comic one looks pretty good in terms of scale, but this one looks better. Fight me. Now the posability on this figure is insane. He's got opening hands, he's got ankle tilt, toe up, toe down, you name it, he's probably got it. Transformation, again, knocks it out of the park. It has so many clever steps, flips, and attachments, and the way that the tank barrel works. When I tell you that that was genuinely one of the most shocking things that rivals Jinbao Megatron, because the results of this are even crazier. Like, what even is this thing? So let me know down in the comments. It's not engagement bait, I swear. Wheels, treads, who knows? I've never seen it, but maybe you have, and that's why I'm asking. But the tank mode is great. He's got articulation on that barrel. You can point it up, you can point it down, you can left, right, up, down, whatever you want to do. And yeah, the tank mode is literally peak. It's just peak. This figure, now you might be able to see why this is my favorite Generations mold of all time. Sorry, 86 Prime. Now, Breakdown. This guy's got a crazy history too, and I know you're waiting for Blackout. Be patient, because Breakdown honestly is in the same boat as Blackout, because Breakdown wasn't released in the US, I think. Again, I'm not doing any Google searches. I'm too lazy for that. But I'm pretty sure that he was only released as an Arms Micron figure, which is crazy, and I paid $120. The figure looks great. Am I saying that I regret paying $120? Heck no. I'm a hardcore Transformers Prime collector. Shut up. He also comes with a full sheet of stickers, but I'm good. I don't feel like putting those on right now, so I'm not going to. Bare Bones Breakdown. Triple B. And is it just me, or is every Breakdown super expensive? Like, look at the Legacy one. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. Oh. Okay, never mind. That theory doesn't work. It slightly works. Maybe we'll check back in a few years and I'm right, but who knows? Overall, this guy looks a lot like Transformers Prime Breakdown. I can't lie. I love the head sculpt. Looks great. Looks super breakdown-y. For some Transformers Prime figures, ABC, please, you fix Arachnid. You can fix Knockout too. Please. But the articulation on this figure is okay. You can't expect a lot. Again, it's a 2010s figure, so why are our expectations masterpiece level? I don't know. We're toy collectors. I spent $120. Oh, that's why. Anyway, the articulation isn't anything crazy. You shouldn't expect too much, but I still think it looks pretty great. Now, you might be asking, Stellaris, what is this thing? I don't know. Apparently, its name is Zamu? Rhino Guy. Let's call him Rhino Guy. Yeah, this is Rhino Guy. And Rhino Guy turns into Breakdown's iconic hammer. You know the one.
What do we got?
Oh, yes, sir. I was just thinking of some new figures to release for the Studio Series 86 line.
How can we scam loyal buyers into buying our product for the same thing, but with a few extra accessories that they'll definitely want?
I was thinking Springer. I wanted to bump him up to a leader class size to help him scale a little better with the new 86 figures that we've released recently. We could make a few extra bucks, sir. I think they'll like an extra sword, maybe some extra pieces here and there to really bump up that price. And, you know what? We'll include his iconic hammer.
Of course, you're a genius. They'll definitely fall for this one. They'll go crazy over that.
Oh, it's that iconic hammer that Springer uses that we included with 86 Springer. But yeah, Zamu can convert in a few quick steps to his hammer. That's so cool. But getting Zamu into the hammer mode is a lot of fun. It's quick back and forth. That's why it's on my desk all the time, because it's just easy. Now, the transformation is a blast. I love some of the first edition Transformers, and especially when it comes to their transformations. I think that's really what makes them shine over their RID counterparts.
What is that?
But the transformation is fun. I love the way that the back just cases all the leg detail, and it just comes together, and the SUV mode is fantastic, and I love the way that it just looks like it rolled off the screen. Literally, they knocked it out of the park with this thing. It's just perfect. Yeah, he's got a little kibble on the arms. Yeah, maybe he's not super articulated, but for a Transformers Prime figure, I honestly could not ask for anything more except for a cheaper price. But yeah, Breakdown's awesome. But you know what it's time for. Let's do it. And now, finally, what you've all been waiting for. Mainline Night. No. Blackout. This is the final piece of my animated shelf, and he was $300. Now, let me say, before I see the comments, I'm watching you. Yes, he's missing a blade. $300 for missing a blade. But hey, that's better than $450. Go Parter. And the rest of his pieces that you might be wondering, I took them off. But for a good reason, because we're working on a super secret project that I can't wait for you to see. So subscribe if you want to see that. So Lars, why can't you just put them back on? Because I need them for this. It's called multitasking, bub. Now, aside from missing parts, the parts that he does have on him look awesome. I love that head. And one thing that I'm always saying, and if you've been a part of the streams, you know that I wish that more Transformers had more expressive head sculpts, because the animated head sculpts really did a great job of conveying that character onto your collection instead of, you know, these bland head sculpts like Starscream. Starscream's one of the most expressive characters ever.
And while we're talking about the head, look how much paint is chipped off. Like, that's kind of crazy. That's pretty bad.
But the robot mode looks incredible. From the top to the bottom, all deluxe scale inches of it. What is that, like 5.5? Yeah, $300 for 5.5. The robot mode looks great. For all 10 seconds of him appearing, he was really robbed of a bigger role, but he did have a great role in the Transformers movies. I know a lot of you guys are asking, why is he so rare? And if you live under a rock, here's why. Essentially, Animated had a Season 4. Season 4 was canceled because of new movie. Because movie canceled, figure that was already being made, Blackout, was only released in Japan. Japan said, what do we do? US collector said, give to us. And now I have one. So he was only made in Japan, and he's essentially a canceled figure. There you go. On to articulation. The articulation is awesome. $300, and it barely poses. He does have opening hands though, and that's pretty cool, but the gorilla arms aren't making it fun, but he can get into a few awesome poses that I really like, and these are good enough for me. Co-parter. Again, size comparisons, he's not tall. Not tall at all, not sure what was going on, but yeah, he's not tall. He is a remold of the animated Lugnut, so if you didn't know that already, there you go. For some reason, one of the Gatling guns turns, but the other one doesn't. They actually both spin. I'm an idiot. For the accessories, he comes with this thing. Totally not parts forming. $300. But it does shoot this disc, and it actually is kind of powerful. What the heck? But for me, when I'm displaying my Blackout figure, I'm not going to be posing it with that thing because it just does not look good. It doesn't. $300. Now, the transformation is lots of fun. It's so much fun to do. I love it. It's an animated transformation, okay? I can't help it. I love them. They're great. They're some of the best transformations out there. Prove me wrong. That transformation gets you into this. It's a beautiful helicopter, dude. It looked even cooler with the rest of the parts if they were on it, but secret project, can't let you know what it is. From front to back, this helicopter looks awesome. Now, looking back on it, it's not worth $300, but the fact that I have this and my animated collection is complete, that's worth it every day of the week, every day of the month, every day of the year, every day. So do I have any regrets? Mostly not. It was still $300. That's a lot of money, but hey, now I have it. There are no returns, so I'm stuck with it. Whoop-de-doo. Would I recommend you getting one? Don't spend $300 on it, because you don't have a whole animated collection with every mold. But if you do, then yeah, do it. Join the club. And with that being said, that's all the Takara figures that I've got for you guys to see. I do have some more Masterpiece figures, but I feel like those didn't count. I do have some inbox stuff, but I don't want to open those, just preserve the value and stuff. But that being said, I hope you guys liked the video, and I've got some other huge videos planned that are coming soon. So if you want to see those, you know what to do. But that's all I've got for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
That being said, Solaris out.